Nice.
Okay, we might need either a jump start or a new battery here. This is a great start to a video.
It's not going well, is it?
Yes. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen. So, things have already gone wrong. The tractor that I was supposed to be doing a review of, about what does 40 years of farm work do to a tractor, I think you've already seen what it does to a tractor. So now what we've got to do is we've got to go and get the tractor that I was saving for later on in the video to try and jump start this one and get it to work so we can actually make a video.
I'll leave that to you then.
Ow! Bastard thing. I still can't see a battery.
Neither can I.
Well, there's the engine if you were wondering. It does have one. I don't know where the battery is. Alright, so I'm an idiot. It's not under the bonnet, it's under the tread plate down there. Under where you get in. But now, I can't get the bonnet down.
I swear you just had it.
We'll get the hang of this eventually, one day.
Send it.
I got it. All it took was one phone call to my dad and...
About 20 minutes.
Yeah. We're really not getting a lot done today, are we? Right.
Nice.
Makes all the difference. This is working, yeah? Yep, that works.
Definitely working.
Why won't it crank? Well, it's taken about 20% of battery on the GoPro, and I'm just going to let this charge up for a little bit. Maybe it'll charge up the battery a bit. Alternator's kind of shot on this thing, so while it's driving, that won't charge up the battery. So once it's started, we can't stop it, basically.
What should we do in the meantime?
We could review the new tractor first, and then talk about how this thing is afterwards.
Language, George.
I apologise. Okay, so this is the other tractor, John Deere 5100M. Now, the reason I'm sat in the bucket is because it actually works. Unlike that one, it starts up first time, every time, most of the time. And the hydraulics work, so we can lift it up. And do you want to know the best part? We can actually drive the thing. Let's go. Let's head up to the other area. So, this is a John Deere 5100. Okay, so this is a John Deere 5100M. It is a 4.5 litre 4-cylinder, producing 100 horsepower. This tractor has all sorts of toys of which I can play with. So if I turn the ignition on, I've got indicators. The old one doesn't have that either. So I've got indicators, I've got horn, I've got a lot more gears because, as you'll see in the old one, half its gears are broken. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and park. And I've also got A, B, C and D. I've actually got lights that I can play with. I've got a windscreen wiper and there we are, it's even got screen wash.
Just covered me as well.
Well, you did need a wash anyway. I've got my back hydraulics. This thing has a higher lifting capacity. I don't know what, my brief look on Google didn't say. Got 3 different hydraulic ports. Got 540 for PTO speed and 540 Eco. Eco didn't exist back in the 80s. Something else that this tractor has is diff lock. The one on the old John Deere is broken. But that being said, this tractor does have a few problems. The door, I believe, was smashed because, just have a look around, the rubber lining on it doesn't really fit the door properly. And also when we took delivery of it, there was a load of broken glass in the cab. Other things that don't work, the back windscreen wiper doesn't work. Okay, so the quality of the camera has changed because the GoPro of which we used to film has died. So let us know in the comments which camera you think is better, and we may stick to one or the other. Where was I? Also, there's a problem with the front diff. If you go into reverse and then brake while reversing, if you let off the brake, it clunks horrendously, as I shall now demonstrate. While this tractor is better in every single way, more powerful hydraulics, selectable four-wheel drive, and apart from that, it's better in absolutely every single way than the other tractor, which makes what we're about to do next, I don't really want to do it, to be honest. While we've been doing that review, I've left that battery charging that battery, and now we're going to see if it works again.
Don't think it's meant to make that noise.
No, that's the starter motor trying to turn, but not succeeding. Right, I think we might need a bigger battery or something. Okay, so what I've got is a battery that says Mercedes on it, even though it was in a Jaguar X-Type, which is actually a Ford Mondeo. It's a much bigger battery, it holds a lot more charge, and this should be fully charged. I've got it hooked up.
Sounds better.
I think we might need a second battery. So like another battery on top of that, so they're all wired up in series, and then it might crank.
It just zoomed in on you by accident.
Okay, so this has turned into a recovery video now. Can a Volkswagen up start a John Deere 2450? So I'm going to hook this battery up to that battery, and then that battery's hooked up to that battery, and maybe all the voltages will sort themselves out and maybe it will start. Okay, so we've let it build up charge for a while. If this doesn't work, I just heard from my dad that there's a second battery on the other side, so we'll park the car on the other side. But
oh, they wanted to.
I don't want to burn the starter out. Okay, it's hooked on both sides. Here's hoping this works. Come on! Alright, just let it charge up for a bit. Alright, we've been sat here for quite a while trying to wait for the battery to do something, so I say we give it another go. You ready?
Yeah.
It didn't work. Okay, we've been charging this up. The farmyard has turned into a construction site. Let's try it one more time.
Oh yeah. No.
That is a problem with this tractor. traffic jam. Okay, so then. Alright, so you're all propped up sort of nicely. I'm going to very carefully reverse out. No! Okay, this is a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Okay, so we're in reverse. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm trying to show you everything that doesn't work. So, up here, that doesn't work because there was a design flaw. The wire to the windscreen motor pinches in the door, so that hasn't worked since day one. Radio doesn't work. That does work, but the thing that controls the temperature doesn't work, and that one sort of works. That doesn't work. The gauges are not strictly accurate. That doesn't work. Handbrake barely works. None of those dials work. Doesn't work, doesn't work. The horn doesn't work. Those lights barely work. I don't even know what this here is meant to be. The hand throttle does work, overdrive works, but these two gears here do not work at all. That doesn't work, but luckily this one does. So rear hydraulics work, front hydraulics work. That doesn't work because the tow hitch has been smashed off. The diff lock doesn't work. This somehow still works. And yeah, pretty much everything on it is broken. The exhaust points towards the cab and tries to gas you out, so you have to have the back window open. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that doesn't work. Also, its cooling doesn't work either. It overheats a lot. Okay, so now I'm going to try and drive while filming myself like this. This is going to be an interesting way of doing this. Right, stick it in reverse. There we are, got it. Alright, so it drives awfully, this thing. Like, it's just awful. Alright then, there we are, driving along. Okay, so I'll show you. The front left wheel is really, sorry, I'll just stick it in overdrive. There we are. It's just, oh God, and it's bouncy and bumpy because the seat, for whatever reason, feels like a rock. But hey, look, my front loader works. You know, it's got nothing on the front of it anymore. So that's all good. Alright, I'll just turn around. Oh, for God. I've got to... So basically this one in here, I have to move back with my finger so that way I can move this. This is... There we are. Okay. Hey, it didn't grind this time. There we are. It's got quite a good turning circle. Quite a decent one, but it's just everything about this is awful. This engine is a 3.9 litre 4-cylinder, according to Google, and according to Google it produces 70 horsepower, unlike the modern 100 horsepower. And the reason why this tractor is being replaced instead of repaired is because it needs a new gearbox. You heard it grinding when I was putting it in reverse. That is because, I don't know, synchro's a bust, or the gear selector's bust, probably both, but it's going to cost 10 grand to replace. So, we just bought a new tractor instead, rather than upkeeping this one. Right, I've had enough of driving it. There's the worst review in the world. I'm just going to take it back now. Awful racket. So, that is a John Deere 2450. And I think what we've discovered from all of this, trying to get this thing started, I think that modern tractors are just better than old things somehow. Who would have thought that? Right, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that other stuff. Leave a comment which camera was better. And also, leave a comment, do you think this tractor is worth restoring? Because who knows what could happen. Right, see you in the next one.
Goodbye.